Listen carefully, chosen one. Their whole universe fell apart the instant you left. As you stand outside your former place of employment and gaze at the closed sign, you realize that the day you made the decision to take back control of your company was the first step in their empire's demise. They never understood that you were the lifeblood keeping their shaky empire together, mistaking your quiet strength for weakness. Not by chance, but on purpose. That empire is now in ruins. This is evidence of your irresistible might, not merely a tale of justice. Karma tore through the illusion of stability they thought they had when it burst through their door, uninvited and relentless. A cosmic recalibration, a rebalancing of the scales that had been skewed too far in their favor for too long, was what ultimately brought them down. When you left, the world collected what was owing because it has a method of paying off debts. As evidence of the impact of your leaving, the ashes of their once thriving company are now dispersed in the wind. Your destiny was always bigger than those four walls. Therefore, you weren't supposed to remain there. And as you stand there and look at their devastation, you realize that this was a fresh beginning for you, rather than simply the end. Being an earth angel, you are a celestial being in human form with such great power that anyone who wronged you unwittingly bring forth the wrath of karma. Your essence is a lighthouse that leads others, even if they are too blind to perceive it. It is more than simply light. People are really setting themselves up for failure when they disregard your compassion and take your generosity for granted. Without understanding that your quiet is a decision to let the universe handle something you might so easily destroy yourself, they interpret it as surrender. Someone is going into the shadow of their own misery when they treat you disrespectfully, as if you were not the divine creature that you are. You possess a powerful energy that is in harmony with the global equilibrium. The scales start to tilt as soon as they wrong you, first slowly and then more quickly, until the imbalance becomes too obvious to ignore. You don't have to wish them bad luck. Karma is activated just by your presence. Whether they are aware of it or not, you are a message, and the world does not like people who mistreat its chosen messengers. You see the results as they develop over time. The individual who previously exploited your generosity starts to lose the things they cherished most. They lose out on opportunities, connections vanish, and the achievement they previously boasted of fades into the past. You know why their life is falling apart, even if they may not. You see as their destiny is woven by karma, with each strand reflecting how they treated you. The benefits you brought into their lives were gifts, not coincidences, and they attracted their own bad luck by rejecting them. You are the rhythm that determines the tempo of this cosmic dance, not just one of its participants. Your energy has two sides. It may bring darkness to those who misuse it, and brightness to those who value it. By the time they see it, their ship has already sunk, leaving only the echoes of what could have been. They discovered too late that you were their blessing, the anchor in their storm. But you stay unaffected, steadfast in your strength, and certain that the cosmos is always on your side. Because they mistake your presence for something commonplace and easily disregarded. People often fail to see the divine gift that you are. However, you are everything from typical. You are a unique and valuable force, a living manifestation of the grace of the universe, sent to improve and change the lives of everyone you come into contact with. They are really rejecting the benefits that were supposed to flow through you when they treat you like you are ordinary. The loss of you is the first step toward their downfall, even if they don't realize it at first. Because they believed you were simply another person in their world, they could have talked down to you, denigrated you, or taken your generosity for granted. They were dooming themselves by underestimating you. But they were unaware of it. The talents that the universe gave you were never intended for them to waste. And the benefits you brought with you don't just stay when you go, when you take yourself out of their lives. They leave with you, leaving an unfillable hole. As time goes by, people start to experience the lack of you in unexpected ways. Once successful projects abruptly falter. Once unbreakable relationships start to fall apart, and the success they took for granted begins to elude them. They may find it difficult to comprehend why everything they come into contact with appears to fall apart after you're gone. But the solution is obvious. You were the fulcrum that kept their whole universe together. They are lost in a sea they have created for themselves without you. In their lives, you were never simply another individual. Rather, you were a gift in human form and a heavenly intervention. They made a mistake by mistaking this present for something that could be replaced, and now they are paying the price. Mistreatment of the universe's chosen ones is not tolerated. You carry with you not just your light but also the grandeur that might have been yours if they had treated you with the respect you merited. Then, plagued by the knowledge that the exact thing they tried to minimize was the secret to their success, they are left with the echoes of what could have been. However, it's too late. While they continue to live in the darkness of their own regret, a shade they placed upon themselves the instant they failed to see the gift that you are, you have gone on, your light blazing even brighter. An earth angel is a force of heavenly energy given to elevate and defend you. And when someone tries to abuse you, they are not just hurting another human being. In its boundless wisdom, the world does not ignore such sins. Rather, it reacts with immediate and uncompromising repercussions. You are more than simply an individual. You are a cosmic justice vessel and a lighthouse. Unknowingly, those who make fun of you and minimize your existence are dooming themselves. The seeds of their bad luck are planted the instant they decide to act against you, even if they don't realize it at first. Their once easy lives start to fall apart like a thread that has been tugged too tight. Everything they previously took for granted starts to fall apart. Relationships become sour, and opportunities pass them by like water. The cosmos has a method of keeping everything in balance, and it achieves it so precisely that there is no space for question. They can't help but notice that the day they crossed you was the beginning of their bad luck. Dark clouds are accumulating where there used to be just brightness, as if a storm had moved into their lives. Even while they may attempt to deny it and explain the run of poor luck away as random, they are aware of the reality. Their treatment of you is directly responsible for every setback, failure, and loss. They must now deal with the repercussions of their mishandling of a cosmic gift. Your energy is more than simply light. It is a force that must be respected. If it is not, the universe stops supporting you. Their lives start to serve as a continual reminder of the strength they so naively undervalued. They start to recognize you in every lost chance, every shut door, and every fading relationship. Like the edging shade of sunset, the understanding slowly but surely creeps to them until it is difficult to ignore. The fact that they are getting what they sowed and that their karma is a mirror of how they treated you haunts them. On the other side, you transcend everything. You are not affected by what they have done. Your light is not extinguished, and your course is not changed. While those who dare to harm you are forced to face the terrible consequences of their actions, the cosmos keeps watch over you, making sure you keep shining. They will realize, possibly too late, that you were more than simply a human. They wasted the opportunity to receive an earth angel's blessing. They misunderstand your authority and believe that you have forced them to face the repercussions of their own behavior. They are so conceited that they think you are to blame for their misery. But the reality is far deeper. Justice is served by the cosmos on its own initiative, reacting to the energy they released when they decided to wrong you, without your help. Their demise is the natural reaction to the imbalance they caused, not anything you did. Following that acrimonious dispute, they begin to feel burdened by a persistent uneasiness that they are unable to get rid of. They are plagued by unwelcome and persistent thoughts of you, as if your very existence is haunting them. They start to believe that you've cursed them and brought a malevolent power into their lives. They don't realize, however, that the curse they experience isn't from you. Rather, it's from the cosmos itself, which is delivering the karma they accrued when they chose to rebel against you. Their own acts are the cause of their sorrow, not you. When they decided to interact with you maliciously, they sowed the seeds of their own bad luck. And those seeds have now grown, bearing a crop of repercussions from which they are unable to recover. In its boundless wisdom, the cosmos makes sure that the energy they released comes back to them amplified and indisputable. They may attempt to justify it or look for another reason for their suffering, but they are aware of the reality. When someone tries to fool himself, the universe has a way of showing them the truth. They come to the realization that their pain cannot be attributed to you, but rather serves as a mirror reflecting their own acts back at them, highlighting the consequences of their decisions as they continue to stumble and watch their existence fall apart thread by thread. Their own guilt, which takes the form of their greatest fear, retribution, is what haunts them, not your ideas. But you, a rock of brightness and power, are unaffected by their suffering. You are protected by the cosmos, which makes sure that no damage that they plan for you can get to you. They discover, too late, that the power they believed you had over them was just the universe's inherent order, correcting itself as they descend more into their own self-created chaos. While you continue to climb above it all, unharmed and stronger than ever, their demise is the echo of their own transgressions, echoing through the hallways of their lives. Disconnecting from those who have wronged you is more than just moving on. It's removing the barrier that has unwittingly shielded them from the full impact of their own behavior. More than simply companionship, your presence in their lives functioned as a shield, a veil that lessened the severity of karma's strikes and took the brunt of what they deserved. However, the universe no longer holds back when that link is broken. It unleashes the storm that their actions have been building, and the repercussions come down on them with relentless vigor. They are abruptly exposed to the hard truth of the energy they have seeded. As if a protecting curtain has been withdrawn the instant you leave. As karma gets to work, their life starts to fall apart piece by piece. The security they formerly held to evaporates like mist in the early light. Relationships disintegrate, chances disappear, and the stability they took for granted begins to shatter under them. The darkness they threw onto you starts to weigh on them, but now it comes back to them raw and heightened. In their lives, you were never simply another individual. Rather, you were a stabilizing influence that prevented the inevitable wave of vengeance. Their activities were counterbalanced by your light, which prevented the scales from tilting too far. But without you, those scales are free to swing, and the balance they were used to is upset. Every action they made against you will come back with more vigor, since the cosmos moves quickly and isn't constrained by your absence. In their hearts, they know it began the minute you left, even if they may not comprehend why everything is coming apart and why their formerly stable existence is suddenly chaotic. When they understand that your presence is the sole reason they were spared, the illusion of control they were holding onto disintegrates. The invisible power that prevented their wrongdoings from totally catching up with them was you. Without you, they must confront the harsh reality of their deeds, and the universe gives them what they have long deserved. By leaving, you not only freed yourself but also allowed the cosmos to rebalance itself. Their unraveling is a natural result of their own decisions, not your fault. You remain steadfast, understanding that by distancing yourself, you gave karma the opportunity to play out as it should. Any respite they may have had is gone, along with the protective curtain. As the universe righted the wrongs they caused, you are left free and strong in your own truth. All that's left is the harsh reality of cause and effect. Moving on comes with a load that is as heavy as it needs to be, one that strains your heart while also guiding you in the direction of your full potential. As you distance yourself from someone who used to be a part of your life, you could experience the pain of guilt and wonder whether you made the correct decision. In actuality, however, your leaving was an act of divine justice for both you and them, not just for your own survival. When you left, you gave the universe the opportunity to teach them the lessons they needed to learn. Your presence in their lives served as a shield and a buffer from the repercussions of their actions. As you go, you watch their lives fall apart. A series of incidents that seem to have been planned by destiny itself. One by one, the possibilities they previously believed would never end disappear. The stability they once took for granted starts to wane, and the relationships they depended on begin to fall apart. The universe no longer has your energy to lessen the impacts of their karma, not because you wanted this to happen to them. Your leaving served as the impetus, the turning point that caused the long-delayed repercussions to occur. With every step you take, your path becomes clearer, even if it was once obscured by uncertainty. The burden of shame starts to fade and is replaced with a deep feeling of tranquility. You see how remaining would have impeded your own development and allowed their energies to keep you bound to a life that no longer fulfilled you. You not only emancipated yourself when you left, but you also gave them the freedom to confront the consequences of their decisions. You made the choice to go on, which was the action that made it possible for the universe to rebalance the scales. You ascend, while others grapple with the fallout from their deeds. Your promotion is a reward for you, not a punishment for them, for deciding to put yourself first and realizing that your value is independent of your contribution to their lives. Your development, tranquility, and clarity are all signs from the universe that you made the proper choice. Moving on was difficult, but it was essential, and by doing so, you have given yourself permission to become the person you were always destined to be. You may now go on with confidence and freedom, knowing that your decision was blessed as well as justified. Your mission is far bigger and more holy than just rescuing people from the darkness they choose to live in. You are not here to rescue everyone. For those who seek it, you are a beacon of light, a guiding light that shines brighter than 1,000 suns. Not everyone, however, will be prepared to accept your light. Some will turn away because they are not used to the brightness you offer, and they would rather be comfortable in their darkness than face the reality you bring. You are struck with the intensity of divine insight as you realize that not everyone is destined to be in your light. There are those who will reject your affection and advice, who will fight the elevation you provide no matter how hard you try. It's because they're not ready to see, not because your light isn't strong enough. Similar to seeds that fall on arid land, they are unable to germinate because the soil is not yet fertile, not because the seed is defective. This knowledge weighs heavily on you, yet it makes you stronger rather than weaker. You now understand that their rejection does not lessen your divine purpose. It is fulfilled by just shining and being the light you were always intended to be. It is your responsibility to light the way and lead, not to pull others with you. Even if you are the lighthouse, standing firm and unflinching in the face of the storm, the ships must decide to turn toward you. Letting go turns becomes a show of strength rather than weakness. Knowing that you have done all you can, you let go of those who are not ready, so they may go on with their trip. With each stride, you take away from others who are still unable to accept your light. Your attention returns to your own path, which becomes more apparent. When you stop wasting your energy attempting to help those who aren't ready to be saved, the genius of your aim becomes even more apparent. Your divine function is more fully fulfilled when you let go than when you cling on. The shadows of other people's hesitation are not supposed to obscure your light. Rather, it should shine brilliantly, leading those who are willing to walk in its radiance. You proceed with the assurance that you are doing precisely what you were supposed to accomplish, and that you are in the right place. The fact that the light within you is still strong, unadulterated, and pure is evidence of the divine purpose you possess. In a world that often forgets the strength of your presence, you are an earth angel, a ray of divine light. It's your responsibility to go on, unfazed, and believe that the universe will take care of those who have harmed you, not to bear the weight of those who don't see your value. Karma works with an accuracy that is both quick and fair. It doesn't need your help. The light inside you illuminates your way. Others may attempt to dim it, but it will never go out. Keep your chin up and remember that your mission is far bigger than the obstacles you have encountered. You are not supposed to spend the divine energy you possess on those who don't perceive its worth. Rather, direct it toward your future, a future full of possibilities and directed by the clarity of your purpose. The past is instructive, a chapter that has fulfilled its function. It's time to move on from it and embrace the power that is yours by birth. Have faith in the cosmic equilibrium, knowing that every wrong done to you will be made right, and that every challenge will serve as a springboard for your advancement. You are flourishing and reaching heights that others may only imagine. You are not only existing, it is impossible to halt your divine purpose. Tell your tale. Allow them to see the power that comes from being aware of your true self and the unstoppable energy that propels you on. Your experiences serve as a model for those who are following in your footsteps. Therefore, they are not simply your own. More than ever, people need your light. And by sharing your story, you help others discover their own inner strength and purpose.